my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso on SABC3. It's a Tuesday morning and we're getting engaged in a very interesting topic right now, bigorexia or muscle dysformia, that unhealthy obsession to want to have more muscle than you have and want to have more and more and more. And we're speaking to experts, Dr. Darren Green, of course, and Bruce Benjamin, our trainer, a man that we know very, very well, who, like I said earlier on, is taking it upon himself to change people's lives and give them their best body ever. But earlier on, you saying it's rife in the industry that you work in to find people that are so obsessed.
Definitely. I mean, the extent that people are going to, even on a competitive level, so physique, modelling and bodybuilding, it's become quite a feature.
Yeah.
And if you look at bigorexia in particular, it's, a lot of it's related to mass, less.
Okay.
I won't say balance and symmetry, but more mass of muscle, if anything.
Yeah.
Little things like, I think it was synthol comes into play that came out in the 80s and the 90s, where it gives you this inflamed response to the body by injecting into the muscle type in particular. And little things like that, and it's so high risk, but the risk that people take to get that mass, this is what we're talking about as a deficiency.
But what I want to know from you, the way you approach it, where do you draw your line, for instance, for your clients when you know they've been working themselves to the bone to get the improvements that they have, but then you kind of see that shift in mind? Where do you draw the line? Gosh,
I mean, I try to shift the focus, to be honest with you. So as much as they are training for physique, I try to influence just the functionality of muscularity or conditioning, to be honest with you. That's where I would come from. It's quite tough to convince somebody to sway off a physique objective. But I think the best way is to obviously let them see the benefits of just functionality and being fit.
Because I think at the end of the day, what you also try and do is promote a healthy kind of lifestyle as well, and that is what you're trying to change as well. Now, we are talking about bigorexia. You unpacked it for us a little bit earlier on. Is there a cure to it? I mean, how do you approach it when you do recognise that this is what you're actually suffering from?
I think insight into your behaviour first is the thing that's lacking, and often people around you notice it before you do. What often underlies a lot of the dysmorphic disorders as such is obviously anxiety or obviously a lack of self-esteem. So then we constantly strive to please or to gain acceptance. So often it's a deep-rooted emotional condition that often can occur from childhood, where approval was never given, where you always fell short of the mark, and so on. And so once you find something to actually focus your attention on and push through, you then actually ride that wave until you can't anymore, because it gives you results, it gives you feedback. And whether that feedback is good or bad, you're still getting attention and feedback, and eventually then people start feeding off that. So anxiety certainly is an underlying condition associated with a lot of the body dysmorphic symptoms.
And then, of course, at the end of the day, this impairs on the quality of life that you lead, because
your focus becomes kind of one-sided.
100%, yes.
Well, we're going to be getting into another topic later on, just after this right now. So our lines are open, 083-9133-728. Not only are we talking about bigorexia or muscle dysmorphia, but also the culture of using performance-enhancing drugs in order to get those results. But right now, let's take a look at transforming our bodies in a very healthy way.